Welcome to Highway Through the Heartland. I'm your host, Katie Glover. We've been traveling the highway for a few hours now, and we came across another hidden gem in one of Kentucky's beautiful state parks. Come inside. I have somebody I want to introduce you to. Let me introduce you to LaDonna Miller, the Director of Sales and Marketing of Kentucky State Parks.
Hi, and welcome to Pennyroyal Forest State Resort Park. This is one of 49 state parks. And the unique thing about the park system is you're not just renting a hotel room. You get acres and acres of outdoor activities, and like this beautiful lodge is available year-round. And with the number of rooms here, 24, you could actually bring a family, which we have a family in this week, buy out the entire lodge and hold your family reunion. And we also have a lot of corporations that use this to hold retreats or training sessions.
So this is the actual lodge.
This is the lodge. This is the lodge lobby. And imagine in the winter building a fire in the fireplace and having your team building here or gathering with your family and just catching up on what's gone on all year. And then in the summer, of course, bring your family and your children, and they're able to play and not be confined just to a room.
So you can host family reunions here and rent out the entire lodge. And also the corporate as well, they like to rent this space out. Now, do you do weddings?
Absolutely. We do a lot of weddings here at Pennyroyal, from small to renting out the entire facility. We have a beautiful area in the back of the lodge that I would like to show you. So let's take a walk.
I'm seeing a little bit of the view now. I can only imagine how beautiful this is.
This is our courtyard area behind the lodge, and as you can see, there are 3 lodge rooms kind of separated from the rest of them there. And if you're planning a wedding, it's really nice to have the bride, the groom, and the bridesmaids in those rooms adjacent to the patio here. If you can imagine the lawn filled with white chairs and an aisleway to the gazebo, and hearing the birds sing and looking at the lake.
And look at this view.
It is outstanding, and imagine taking your vows with this as the backdrop.
I can only imagine what the fall would look like here.
It is incredible. All of the fall foliage, and it's just a gorgeous setting, spring, summer, and fall.
Do you ever have any of your bride and groom that go out on the water?
Yes.
I'm sure they could get a beautiful picture out there on a little boat.
Canoes.
Oh my
and
goodness, that's
some
beautiful.
of them would choose to stay in one of the cottages that are right across the lake there. And the other unique thing is that there's a door here that leads right into our dining room area. And the back half of the dining room can be closed off privately for the reception.
This is really nice. So everything right here in
right in one spot.
Shall we begin? So here's a surprise I had no idea Kentucky offered. A beach. And now we're going to talk to Haley Joseph, the naturalist. Can you tell us what else the park has to offer?
Yeah, hi Katie. We have something here for everyone. It's a real gem. You got to see it.
Let's check it out. Let's go swimming. You can do a little bit of everything here?
Yeah, we have everything. You got
even
your
for my
mini golf.
parents who, you know, my stepdad needs the air conditioner. He could be in the lodge. Yeah. You know, I mean, we've got the hiking for the family, going out on boats.
Yeah, if you got kids, mini golf's great for the kids.
Mini golf, the dogs are welcome. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
But you talked about this kids stuff. I'd like to hear more about the stuff. You said something about a kids program at the creek.
Yeah, you guys want to go?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's go to the creek. It's awesome. Before I worked here, this was my spot, the waterfall was.
So this little trail is just right off the beaten path of the beach.
Yes.
And there's a waterfall here, you say?
Yes, this is the lake trail. It's probably my favorite trail at the park. And if you want to just do a short walk into nature, you can, and you can just see the waterfall and go back to the beach if you want. Or if you wanted to do the full hike, you can hike all right around the entire lake. It's about 2 miles.
So there's nothing more beautiful than, or tranquil than hearing the sounds of a waterfall.
I
flowing.
know, it's amazing. This is where I used to come to relax before I even worked at the park. I would come, I'd hike the lake trail, and this is almost at the end of the lake trail if you start on the other side. So I'd like to come here and just sit and relax in front of the waterfall. So this is the Clifty Creek, and this is where I do my dip net program. And the Clifty Creek is what flows into our lake, and that is what makes Pennyrile Lake. So what we do is we get, I have a bunch of little fish nets that I have, and we get the kids and we take them over here and they get their nets and they search through the creek for different little critters that they can find, flipping up rocks, and we found a lot of cool stuff out here. And the kids love it. They find crayfish in here. Last week we found tadpoles, which is really, really cool. Kids are really into tadpoles because metamorphosis is pretty neat. I think it's pretty neat, and I'm an adult, so.
I've got to check the temperature real quick.
Oh.
The temperature of the water down here.
It's a lot cooler than the beach water.
So I'm sure this fills up as well, right?
Oh, yeah. If you get a really rainy day, because this, is a completely rain-fed creek. So if it starts pouring down rain or if there's a thunderstorm, this waterfall goes crazy, and this gets really, really full, and then it'll flow into our lake, and it really clears the area out, and then it'll flow over the dam.
So this is the actual campground area.
Yes, we got 36 regular sites with water and electric, and then we have 8 equestrian sites with full hookups. And so that means that you can actually bring your horse here, and we have over 40 miles of hiking trails on the adjacent Pennyrile State Forest, which begins right over here. So you can go straight from the campground, ride your horse, and then go right to the trails in our forest.
So this is where the horseback riding begins? Like this is where you start?
Yes.
Put them up over here?
Yes, it's super, super awesome, and we're super pet friendly at all Kentucky State Parks. Yes, you can bring your dog here, your horse here, all of our lodge rooms and cottages. You can take your pets there.
So you just became the best state parks in the country. They're all pet friendly. How great is that?
It's amazing, yeah, and we got loads of trails that you can take your dog for a walk on. I mean, it's great.
State parks are known for their golf courses. Pennyrile Forest State Resort Park happens to have one of the more secluded courses in the state of Kentucky. I'm here with Chris Kinsolving, and he's here to tell me a little bit more about the course.
Coming to Pennyrile is like coming to 2 different golf courses. Our original 9, what we call the bottom 9, was built in 1964, and it plays in the forest, so it's tree lined, and it runs through Casey's Creek. It comes into play on each hole. The back 9, which we call the top 9, was built in 2002, and it's more open terrain, rolling hills, and a lot more friendly. We have 4 sets of tees on each hole. We played up par 72. You can play from 5,000 yards up to 6,800 yards. There's definitely a set of tee for each variety of skill level.
So are you going to show me a little bit?
Absolutely.
Are you going to teach me a few techniques in this course? So we are at hole...
This is hole 15, it's par 5.
Okay.
Plays about 525.
All right.
So have you ever hit one at all?
I have.
Okay, so let's see what you got, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, so I'm going out there.
It'd be great.
Do you feel safe?
I feel real safe.
You feel safe right next to me like
Absolutely.
this? Okay. I know there's a certain grip for this.
You just grip it how it feels comfortable.
I think I'm gonna have to take these off.
All right.
I'm gonna really get into this. Okay, you ready? You don't have to be a guest spending the night to enjoy everything about this park. You can be a day tripper, but you could enjoy the cabins, you could enjoy a night at the lodge. We have something for everyone. The best thing about it, it's not too far away from you. We want to find out more about this town. Nobody knows Greenville, Kentucky better than Beth Newman. Beth has been the director of tourism for the past 9 years. Hey Beth.
Hi Katie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good.
We love what we see so far. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of this town?
Yes, Greenville has been around since the late 1800s, and we always say when you come to visit Greenville, you are just in time. And that's because in the last 10 or so years, the Greenville area has really undergone a major renovation, and it has sprung to life like never before. Something interesting about downtown Greenville, the Muhlenberg County Courthouse, which is kind of the center of our town, is home to the largest open-air belfry in the United States, and it has a giant clock tower, so you always know what time it is, and there's always something fun going on in Greenville.
It looks like you've done a lot of renovation.
We have done a lot of renovations. I mean, most of the sidewalks were put in the last 5 to 10 years, and we love people to feel welcome when they come. So that's the reason why we always use a lot of landscaping and greenery, because we love our community and we want to take pride in it. And we want people to like what they see when they come to visit here. We went through that renovation and we painted a lot of the buildings in downtown. One of the things we did is we tried to pick historically accurate colors and to really bring out the architectural features of each of the buildings in downtown when we did that. And we've had some great partners and building owners that have helped us do that. If you go up the street just a little bit, you'll see some beautiful old signs from stores that were once here. You'll see a sign, historic sign above one building that says the Square Deal Grocery, and when it was established, that was actually my grandfather's store.
Oh, that's
so. And then that renovation, they found that and restored that sign. So not every town you go to, you'll find those fun little details.
I'd love to take a closer look at some of these stores.
Yeah, let's go. This is one of our restaurants in downtown. This is Papa Monzo's. It's a great locally owned restaurant, secret family recipe of 20 plus years. And it's just beautiful, great little quaint place to stop and eat.
So this is the happening restaurant of the downtown area.
Yeah, we do. This is a great restaurant. It's always full at lunchtime. They're open one night on the weekends, and it's a great place to stop in and get unique. Not something you find in every place.
So you mentioned that you try to hold on to some of the history in this town. So I noticed this sign when we were driving in.
Mm-hmm. That came from, we did a Let's Paint the Town program in 2007, so quite a few years ago when we did that. And it's where it was a partnership between the city and the Tourism Commission and the privately owned businesses. And when they pulled some facade, I think it was some metal covering over the front, they found that gorgeous sign up there. And so instead of painting it over, they restored it. And it is it's just a beautiful little thing that makes us unique. And like I said, that was my great-grandfather's store, so it has a really personal feeling to me as I go through town and I work in Greenville.
We are here at Veterans Plaza, where Greenville hosts one of the biggest events of the year. Mm-hmm. And what is this called?
It's called Saturdays on the Square. It is a free summer concert series, and like the name suggests, it's on Saturday nights at 8 p.m. during the summer. We'll kick off on July 7th and run every Saturday till August 4th. And actually, we're celebrating 10 years this year, so biggest lineup yet. Our big headliners this year, July 7th, Zach Williams, 2018 Grammy winner, contemporary Christian artist. And then on the 21st, we'll have Phil Vassar, widely known, acclaimed country music artist, coming on the 21st. And then on August 4th, we have Lee Greenwood, the iconic writer of God Bless the USA. And we're so excited that he'll be performing this song. It's actually, the stage will set up right there, the streets will be closed, and these streets, it becomes a stage.
So this is a free concert for everyone.
It's a free concert for anybody that wants to come down. Just don't forget your lawn chair.
Don't forget.
Because if you don't bring your lawn chair, you won't have a seat.
So you have two signature events here, Saturdays on the Square and the Squash and Gobble.
Yes, one of our most unique events is the Squash and Gobble Arts Bazaar and Fall Festival. And it is essentially a celebration of the arts. One of the most unique things about it is the fact that we'll have 100 to 125 vendors here, all handcrafted, handmade items. They have to be handcrafted to get in, and so that's what people really come for. In addition to that, all your favorite seasonal treats, kettle corn, fried pies, that sort of thing. And then we also have a whole lot of activities for the kids. So while mom's shopping, there's something for the kids to do. We have a mechanical pumpkin, pony rides, pumpkin painting, a guitar art project to celebrate our history of thumb picking, all kinds of stuff like that. Chainsaw wood carving demo. It's just a really great fun day, and it's all free to the public when they come.
Just off the beaten path, less than a quarter mile from the downtown square, is this lovely little escape into nature, Brizendine Brothers Nature Park. And there's some other great little hidden gems for the outdoor enthusiast in you. There's Luzerne Lake Park, Lake Malone State Park, and Rails to Trails, which is a 6-mile-long hike that goes between Greenville and Central City. Greenville's got history, adventure, and a whole lot of charm. And no matter when you show up, you're just on time. We've traveled down the highway a little bit further, and here we are in Oak Grove, Kentucky. Let's go check out the event center and what they have to offer. I'm here with Tracy Cunningham, the Executive Director of Tourism and Valor Hall. Tracy, this is a beautiful facility.
Thank you so very much. Let me go ahead and show you exactly what we have to offer Fort Campbell, Oak Grove, and all the surrounding communities.
Okay. So maybe just start off by telling me a little bit about this place.
Okay, this is Valor Hall Conference and Event Center. This was built in 2011. This is where we will host anywhere from a wedding to high school proms to a military ball. Because we are the hometown of Fort Campbell. Fort Campbell is right across the street from us. So this is a perfect place for them to come and host their military balls or their dine-ins, their socials.
So you do weddings, banquets, balls.
Yeah, even
for the
baby
military.
showers. I
Baby
mean,
showers,
even
okay.
they like to do the baby showers. We do seminars. We do trade shows. You name it, we can do anything in here. So.
Okay.
We're really proud of it. I mean, it was a long time coming because this whole area was nothing but field, open field.
I see the schoolhouse outside.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, that is actually it's an 1898 one-room schoolhouse. The city of Oak Grove actually came into the Tourism Commission and asked the Tourism Commission if they can shore it up and kind of fix it up because it was just falling apart. So the commission decided, well, let's go ahead and do that. So what we did is we reconstructed it to what it looked like back in 1898, one room, and then we had it transferred over here onto the park. And then we kind of did everything that we can do to make it look like it was back in the 1800s.
This is just a big park
Yeah,
as well.
this is actually
Okay.
50 acres.
Oh, wow.
When we first purchased it, there was nothing here but the walking trail with a bunch of woods
Okay.
and the monument. So you'll see some monuments when we walk around there. So, so when we did it, we decided to do a piece at a time, a phase at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So our first phase was the Viceroy. The Performing Arts Center. That's when we had the spring to summer big concert back in May. We had Parmalee up in here back in May. We have it's called Spring to Summer Salutes Fort Campbell, and it's a 2-day festival. And we put on for the community, the Fort Campbell, visitors that come into Oak Grove that visits. We have several visitors that come in just to stay, just to come and see, everything that we have to offer, and plus the concert. Okay. We have a 18-hole disc golf course. We've got a picnic pavilion. We've got a playground. We've got a beautiful butterfly garden that we tie into. We have a big festival called the Butterfly Festival in September. Then I have everybody gather on this berm out here, and that's when I will do an Indian poem. It's basically you're saying that these butterflies, you whisper a wish to this butterfly, and when the butterfly is released, it takes your wish up to heaven and releases to the great spirits above. This is a gazebo that people get married at. We've had several weddings here.
Weddings out here in this area.
We've had several weddings here.
I was surprised to see such a small town like Oak Grove, Kentucky would have beautiful grounds such as the War Memorial Walking Trail and the Butterfly Garden. This isn't a place that just the locals should come out and see. This is an attraction that everyone should come and check out. We're a little bit further down the highway now, near Lake Barkley, in what some people like to call pig country. Hi, I'm here at the Cadiz and Trigg County Visitor Center, here to talk with Bill Stevens, the Executive Director of Tourism.
Hey, great to see you, and we're so glad you're here.
Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing more about Cadiz and Trigg County. Can you share some information with me?
I'd be happy to. Can we go in the other room? We'll sit down and get comfortable, and I'll tell you everything that's going on.
Sounds good.
All right.
So what are some highlights? What are some of your favorite things about Cadiz?
Of course, you have to be excited to have so close to us this Land Between the Lakes area.
Yes.
I mean, 180,000 acres of woodlands with no one living there, and it's just a wonderful area to go out and explore. It has great facilities.
So if you like the great outdoors, this is a really
It
great
really
place to
is.
come.
I mean,
now, do you have some festivals?
We do.
Coming up?
I mean, right now, in July, at the end of July, we had the Cadiz Music and Food Fest.
Okay.
It's about the third or fourth year we've had that festival downtown, and we'll block off portions of the main street, so it's safe for families and children to come in. All kinds of foods. I mean, barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, specialty foods. There's fudge. There's ice cream.
And this is in
July 28th this
July
year.
28th.
Yeah, it's the last Saturday in July, and that's an annual event for us.
This Trigg County Ham Festival.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
The Ham Festival is, I think this is the 44th year.
44th
Yeah,
year.
for the Ham Festival. It's kind of a old-time county fair atmosphere that has grown and grown. The Ham Festival celebrates basically the history of the old farmers curing country hams the old-fashioned way. And we still to this day have ham producers in our area, and what they will do is cure their hams, and they will bring them out to be judged and shown during the Ham Festival.
There was actually a really cool building, a log cabin on the corner.
Yeah.
Is there some history behind that log cabin?
Very unique. It's called the Cabin Coffee and Cafe.
Okay.
It's a 1820s
Oh, wow.
original log cabin to the area, used for many years for like the Chamber of Commerce. It got renovated and made a nice, wonderful cafe and fancy coffee shop.
So what would be your recommendation? Where do the locals eat? A few places?
Riva's Place
Riva's
downtown.
Place.
The Cadiz restaurant. You will always get good, homemade country cooking there, always. Then there's a little hamburger stand called Farrell's Snappy Service.
Now, downtown, I noticed some flyers for the Cadiz Cruise Inn.
Yeah, we do a Cadiz Cruise Inn once a month, the first Saturday of each month, and we'll have, on average, probably 50 to 100 different vehicles that show up for that. We have live music and entertainment. There's prizes and trophies, and downtown on Saturdays, we also have the farmers market. Every Wednesday and Saturday we have the farmers market, and we're really proud that we have on Lake Barkley, just right outside of Cadiz is the Lake Barkley State Resort Park. I mean, we'll have over 500,000 visitors to that park each year. It's a beautiful state resort park. It's got a beautiful restaurant, windows on the water, restaurant that overlooks the lake. All the rooms overlook the lake. There's 120 rooms. Convention center, there's just a marina, tennis courts, trap range, an airport, a golf course.
There's a lot to do. It sounds like you could plan at least a whole weekend.
You could. I mean, it's really a great area. We encourage you to come down and take advantage of seeing the marinas, visiting the Land Between the Lakes, visiting Lake Barkley State Park. I mean, just the Land Between the Lakes area has over 1 million people a year that come and visit it. It's the #1 attraction in the state of Kentucky. So it shows you how big it is,
Yeah.
and then also how many people it can accommodate. On any weekend in the summertime, the population will be about 35,000 people in land between the lakes. So there's still plenty of room.
Well, thank you guys for being so welcoming.
Yeah, it's just the way they are
You
here.
make me want to come back for a good weekend.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a beautiful area.
I'm a little bit further down the highway now at Lake Barkley Lodge in Kentucky. Let's go see what they have to offer. We are back with LaDonna. This time we're at a slightly bigger lake.
Slightly bigger lake and state park. This is Lake Barkley State Resort Park, located on a 5,000-acre lake. And talk about slightly larger. We have 124 rooms here.
Oh my goodness.
13 cottages, and then a separate smaller lodge with an additional 11 rooms.
Now
and
these
also
cottages,
a conference center.
the cottages, are they on this side of the lake? Are they everywhere?
They're on this side of the
They're
lake.
on this side of the lake.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then the rooms are located in 2 wings surrounding the lake. And you have your choice, sunrise or sunset.
This is a beautiful lodge.
Beautiful lodge. And I did
All
want
the
to,
windows.
yes, and I
So everybody gets to see this beauty out here. Everyone.
correct. And I also wanted to mention the fact that if it should rain, we do have an indoor pool, fitness center, racquetball courts. So no matter the weather, come to Lake Barkley. But this is a great place for family reunions again, but also lots of corporate meetings, training sessions. But it's super for the family just to come for the weekend. Bring your pets. Pets
Bring
are
your
allowed.
pets again. That's
Yes.
wonderful to hear. I always like to hear when it's a pet-friendly place.
Right.
This pool is not too bad. This is a big size pool out here.
It is, and as you can see, it's getting a lot of use.
I guess I always thought when it's time to take a vacation, you're supposed to travel really far away. And maybe I took this for granted. And this isn't even very far. This is in the Midwest, and there's so much beauty it has to offer. Lake Barkley is just a short drive from home, and it's definitely worth checking out. You should add it to your list of destinations. Looks really good. This is a sight to see, just being in this ambiance. But I hear your buffet's a sight to see as well.
Buffet's a sight to see. We have everything that you can pretty much think in. This country cooking, that's where I'm from. I'm from here in Cadiz, and we have like I said, all country cooking is just for the folks around here and anybody else, and we get them from all over, as far as Florida, South Dakota. Just had some from South Dakota just a few days ago when they passing through.
I look forward to trying it. I guess it's time to dig in. After a long day boating or just even lounging by the pool, the adults can't forget to check out The Still, located within Barkley's Lodge. They have specialty drinks and specialty appetizers such as these, and fried green tomatoes happen to be my favorite. This is a nice room. I've seen so much of what the Kentucky State Parks have to offer, but for now, we're on to our next destination. It's time to hit the road.